to the Three-Peat podcast. My name's Edwin. In front of me, we got the homie Oscar. To the right of me, we got the homie Raul. And Oscar's going to give you guys a little rundown on what this podcast is going to consist of.
Yeah, so pretty much it's going to be a place where we could come chop it up. I mean, we do it at our houses. We get together all the time, chop it up, so why not do it here? Also having a place where our homies could come talk about their brands, what they're doing, what they're getting into, you know, whether it be a clothing brand, photographers, anything like that. We have like friends that are streamers, all that fun stuff. So it's going to be a place where we could chop it up and also our friends could come by.
Right. So yeah, definitely just like a platform for like, not just ourselves, but like like you said, our friends, you know, like share their opinions and, you know, share a little bit about themselves. So like not just us, but, you know, for the audience to be able to get to know them a little bit better. But I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Robbie. He actually owns the spot that we're in right now. It's called 2048. It's located on 2048 West Chicago Avenue. And basically it's like a little shop right here. He only sells Chicago-based brands. So a lot of our homie stuff are already in here. And it's dope, you know, it's a dope little spot. You can definitely come and like support, like, you know, if it's one of your homies, you know, you just like the clothing, like he has some really dope stuff. So definitely come check it out. Come stop by and definitely let them know that we sent you guys.
Yeah, it's a really cool spot.
Yeah,
honestly.
definitely. Without doubt.
The setup is super dope.
But yeah, so, you know, let's let them know a little bit more about us. So where are you guys from?
So I was born in Mexico, in Michoacan, and I was pretty much raised in Chicago from the age of about 6. I've been living here since, and I'm 22.
22.
Right.
Yeah. Same. Grew up in Chicago my whole life. 22. Same neighborhood. Never moved.
What neighborhood do you live in right now?
Midway. Right by
Midway
the
area?
airport. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Garfield Ridge, to be exact.
Well, it's a little like choppy. They say it's like Archer Heights because like they have the sign right there by Cicero. Where it's like more they consider over there to be Garfield Ridge, but
Because
like
there is that library, right? Like on right before Pulaski.
yeah, but no, I'm talking about right there on Archer and Cicero. They have like right where the Walgreens is at.
Yeah.
They have a sign where it says Garfield Ridge.
Yeah,
and that's
you're
where
right.
it says it begins.
So technically, I'm in Garfield Ridge. You're in Archer Heights.
But
okay.
technically, I should be in Garfield Ridge,
Okay, I
but
see.
it's Archer Heights.
What about you? Where you grew up?
Yo, so a lot of people don't know this, but I actually grew up like in a little village. Not a lot of years there, maybe like 3 or 4 years there, but definitely grew up there. And then I ended up moving to, I'm kind of like borderline like Marquette Park and West Lawn. So around that area, I mean, you know, it's a pretty cool area. I would say just like any other area, you know, like shit happens, you know, like all types of shit. But, you know, it's pretty dope to say the least. You know, like I kind of know everyone in that community around there, so just like, you know, it's dope like being able to go outside and you know you see like your homie, you see your neighbor, and just being able to say what's up. It's kind of like a good like little family bond, you know, like knowing that everyone there's gonna look out for each other. So it's dope. I really like where I live at right now.
It's more like a Mexican neighborhood, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's, every little shop is like little Mexican owned, like, you know.
Yeah, I see the
all
one
the
by
Mexican
crib.
snacks and all that, bro. It's
Sick.
you know.
And that Saca Tacos, right?
Right on the corner, bro.
On Pulaski.
Right in the corner, bro. Which actually, I don't even go there a lot. Like, to be honest with you guys.
Is it
you know?
decent or?
It's all right. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like one of those things where like over the years, it kind of got like worse and worse. So like, I just kind of like, you know, we just slowly stopped going. But
maybe change the owner or something.
All right, nah, but
Wait,
I mean,
but Zaco Tacos is the one like they have the same thing on.
They have
that one on
another one,
55th,
right?
Yeah.
like 50
like,
something.
yeah, like,
in
like close to like
Pulaski.
59th or something.
There's definitely another one, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta tell that.
It's definitely like a chain,
Yeah.
I believe. So
Okay.
it's all right, you know. Get some little tacos
Yeah,
and
I'm
shit by
not
the
a big
crib.
fan of that place, to be honest.
Saca Tacos?
Yeah, no.
I'm more of a Paco's Tacos. What about you?
Oh, that's definitely in the spot, bro.
Paco's
Tacos?
Tacos.
Tacos,
Yes,
tacos,
sir.
bro. It always smacks, bro. You
The
can
one on
never go wrong.
Pulaski, and then if that one is like closed or something's happening there, too busy, I'll just go to the one by Kedzie, right by my barbershop.
Oh, the one like that's kind of like by Archer, right?
It's on Archer.
But,
No doubt, no doubt.
Nice little
well, I mean,
place.
what about you guys? Like, how was it like growing up in your guys' area?
I mean,
Go ahead.
honestly, I would say our area is not that bad, to be honest. Well, at least like where I'm at, because it's like legit like a little nook, you know. It's just like
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like fucking store in front of me. I don't even have houses in front of my house. So what's it called? I'm used to just like it being quiet. Like, I mean, it's only one row of houses, so it's not even like a full block or anything. But I mean, like,
What's in front of it?
In front of my house?
Yeah.
Nothing. It's just like the car wash and then the factory building.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, like I would always say it's pretty quiet. You know, like nothing serious ever happens.
Except for the train.
Yeah, the train and the fucking,
And the
airplanes.
airplane, bro. You know, I
Yeah.
don't live too far from airplanes, bro. But like, I don't know how I would like live like hearing an airplane every like 10 minutes pass by, bro.
You get used to it, bro. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds kinda tough.
I think every house requires those like soundproof windows,
yeah.
right?
I remember at some point there in grammar school, like every house on my block, I want to say within the whole like area got those like soundproof windows in a sense. Yeah, but it honestly kind of sucks living next to the train tracks because like my house shakes. I noticed it when I used to sleep up like in my attic.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Up in your attic.
I would like the fucking TV I had would be like shaking and stuff. I'd be like, damn. I'd be like, it's pretty critical. And then now that I'm like in the basement, I don't really feel it as much.
Yeah.
But like it's so crazy, like the fact that the whole house shakes, like it's kind of annoying.
I grew up in Garfield Ridge. It used to be a lot worse. Now it's decent. Nothing really goes on. Sometimes
You said it was worse? You think so?
worse than yours.
Well, just like in general.
I feel like when we were
it
younger,
used to be
definitely
worse.
all the neighborhoods were like a little worse, and then I feel like then everybody grew up, and then like, everyone stopped kind of being on bullshit. And
Also, like so I would go to the park, like, so it's called Vidum. It's a park called Vidum Park. I would go there maybe around like 4 or 5 because if you stay there way too long, like I want to say past 7, like all the gangbangers are at the basketball court. So you can't really, I mean, I was a shorty, so I wasn't gonna fuck around with them, you know? But it got a lot better. So a lot of the gangbangers that were there kind of like started moving out. Stuff happening to them. I mean, they're gangbangers. But now, honestly, I be chilling there till like 12 in the morning, just playing soccer sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like, if anything, it's more like people that actually want to go there and ball.
Yeah.
Like people that are like coming up that'll be at the courts. It won't be like any more like big gatherings and shit, like a bunch of gangbangers and shit. So, especially gangs, like gangs have gone down around my neighborhood. Here and there, you'll get something, you know, like you'll hear of something. Right. Like, oh, like this neighbor got like his shit tagged up, like his garage is all fucked up. True. But nothing like it used to be when I was like 9, 10.
I feel like if anything, I feel like the little thing that's going around now is like, if anything, like young kids are like in crews now. So not even like gangs anymore. They're just kind of like running in crews and stuff like that. True. So if anything, I feel like that's like more of the problem that we have now. Just like little crews and shit.
I feel that heavy. I feel like there's a lot more like programs too now compared to back then, because back then I used to just be chilling in the park until they made like a program like, oh, like what was it, like all seasonal sports, and you would go there and you would chill for like a whole like month and just have classes. But they didn't have those like way back.
Well, what's up with you guys' hobbies, interests?
So me, hobbies and interests. So pretty much I used to be really big on like photography for a while, a couple years. I want to say like 2-3 years where I was like really, really into it. But I kind of moved away from it. Something else would be maybe soccer. So I played soccer pretty much all my life until up to senior year. And then that's kind of where I stopped playing, like, I guess you can say,
like in teams and stuff?
Yeah, in teams and stuff. Yeah. Now it's more like you go to the park, like you play pickup. Yeah, you'll catch like with the homies and shit.
As opposed to being like on a team when you were younger. And
yeah, exactly.
Fuck around and get in the fight. You play pickup.
Yeah, bro. A bunch of places like that. Like there's this place called Alianza, right? It's maybe like a 5-minute drive from my crib. Man, that place, like if you didn't fight during your match, during your game, it wasn't a good game. And it would be crazy because you would be maybe 15, 16, and then you got to box like a 30-year-old. So you kind of like you got to be on
like
it.
half the time it was like a whole ass dad, bro, and they're on the side crying and shit.
Yeah,
bro, they don't give a fuck, bro. They're going all in.
Yeah, they're going all in. But no, if it wasn't a fight, it wasn't a good game. Like you knew that, so you kind of just, even if somebody like bumped into you, like you were ready to like fight, throw hands and shit. Soccer, photography, really into shoes. Have a I'd say a decent collection.
That's a fact, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's
You got some.
I would say it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's
I don't mind
decent.
decent. Like,
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
It's definitely nice. Like that. You're decent is like understating what you have. Like
It's okay.
It's a good collection.
It's a good collection. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, shoes for a minute. I think shoes, clothes, obviously. Just a bunch of just streetwear stuff, sneakers, stuff that like a lot of people are into now.
Right.
Especially now, like definitely sneakers and all that. Man, sneaker blogs are like just blowing up and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of just like an overview of what I like and my hobbies and stuff. What about you?
True. I don't know. Definitely since I was a kid, I've been more in like the gaming realm, like and everything, like into like gaming and like. Once I got into high school, I started getting into like PC gaming and like got more into like all that and like I was like a whole different like honestly, bro. Honestly, I did do Minecraft.
That thing is probably not.
It's underrated, bro. Minecraft could be fun at times.
Yeah, like it was cool because like I did mods and everything. So like it wasn't just like regular. Like I would do like the Minecraft Hunger Games that they had and shit.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so I did. They had like a Pokemon thing and shit. So like that, low-key, that to me was pretty dope. And like it was like a whole different like world, like opposed from like console and everything, you know.
What were your like top 3 games?
PC or in general?
PC. Well, general.
That's crazy. Honestly, I'd probably say like Modern Warfare 2, Kingdom Hearts, and Sly Cooper.
Okay.
Yo, Sly Cooper was raw, bro.
Yeah,
but I never played Kingdom Hearts.
bro,
But Sly Cooper, bro, was like original, bro. I remember I had that for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
Game, bro.
Honestly, like I feel like games back then used to be like
the storyline was just so like bro, you get so like deep into it, bro. Like,
storyline and like I feel
to
like creativity wise, like because it was always like a lot of goofy stuff happening, you know. Like you had that one game, what is it called? Like just Destroy All Humans, where you're an alien.
I think I remember that game.
It was weird, bro, because like you're an alien and like you can like just like destroy the city. There was like missions and stuff, but I feel like there's not a lot of games like that no more. Like it got driven to a place where it's like more realistic. Like games have to be like they want the quality to be good and all that. So it's like it's straight away from
and it's like more seasons too.
Yeah, like the whole battle pass and all that stuff.
All that stuff.
But yeah, I've definitely always like been into like gaming, and then kind of like you, I got into like semi-photography, getting like trying to take pictures and all that. And then I would say like within recent years, I got more into like fashion, trying to get into like shoes and definitely like good clothing brands and all that. You know, trying to see what's good and what's not.
So you have like a decent couple pair of shoes.
Yeah, I have a couple pair of shoes.
What's your favorite?
Not like yours. I would say the ones I'm wearing right now, the Off-Whites, the UNCs.
The UNCs? Yeah. Fire ass pair, man.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, the fact that you got them and I was able to get them off you.
Yeah, I got them for like, I want to say 600. And I was like going to flip them StockX. And then I think I was telling him about it. Yeah. And I was like, yo, like I just got these UNCs for like $6 and shit. And he's like, oh, like let me cop them. Like they're my size and shit. And I was like, should I sell it to him?
You're like, what size are you? Like what?
11. Yeah.
And you have a fucking 9, bro.
I was like, should I sell it to him for 600 or should I make a fat profit? I could sell it for like at least 1,000.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it. I was like, the homie, I gotta plug him.
It's a real homie right there.
But how do you guys feel about Off-White, or would you rather have the Off-White version or the original version of the shoe?
I feel like for
the UNCs, I would say Off-White. For the ones, the regular ones, I would say like regular ones. Yeah.
I would say for all the ones, well, it's only 2 that are actually like the OG. So it'd be the UNC and the Chicago.
Yeah.
I feel like I would rather rock the OG versions just because there's so many versions of the fake pair that when I see somebody with the Chicago Off-Whites on, I'm like, damn, like, how can I tell they're real? Pair, like, right? They might be fake, which I'm not tripping. Like, if that's your thing, that's your thing, you know? But maybe for the dunks, I would kind of choose the new ones, like the Off-White ones.
I feel like I would choose the older dunks. I feel like older dunks, they age really, really well.
I feel like if they were
yellow naturally, like the leather will definitely like age really good as well, and like start creasing, and it'll be like natural. I feel like the newer ones, I mean, they're still pretty decent, but I just feel like maybe the quality isn't as good as like the older ones.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if they were the high top version, then I
It
choose
has to
the
be the
older
OG
ones.
one. Oh, definitely.
It has to be the older ones, like the Celtic green, the pine green ones. Like definitely, I'll pick the OG. What are your hobbies and stuff? What do you like to do?
Well, ever since I was in high school, it started off as being into streetwear. So I was like back during the era when like HBA, like Bintro, like all that stuff was popping. Like that's when I started getting like really into it. Like back when like Pyrex was like barely starting up.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when I first started getting really into streetwear. I was maybe like a sophomore in high school. And then like as I started getting older, you know, like I feel like I early got into like the hype stuff, you know, so like, you know, like anything that's hype, like Babe, Supreme, like, you know, stuff like that. But then I feel like after that, I kind of like just started getting more into like vintage shirts. I feel like that's where I'm at right now. And it's like, I find that liking for a while already. So I definitely feel like I have a pretty decent vintage collection. But I just feel like I just love like the way a shirt fades. That you can't, you know, like a lot of people have been lately like mimicking like the fade.
Yeah, like shirt. Making them brand new, but look
it has like that
vintage,
fade, which some of them actually do look dope.
Some of them are decent,
but I don't think nothing can beat the actual fade of an actual vintage shirt, especially because a lot of the times they have holes in them, and those are like natural holes. That just like after washing them, after like wearing them. So I just that's kind of been my thing for like the past couple like year or two. Just like really been hunting down vintage shirts. But. Yeah, my dad actually, there's like an old picture of like my dad, he's wearing like a vintage like 1997 Bulls shirt. And then it's like last year, bro, like he gave it to me because he knows it's a vintage. Yeah, so it's like now it's mine. So like just being able to pass down shirts like that, bro, I feel like it's dope because you definitely get like a connection to the shirts, you know?
Definitely.
So yeah, that's what I'm into. Like I said, I'm into shoes as well. I feel like definitely like was into like more of the hyper shoes, but then I kind of toned it down. Wear more like classics, you know, like I'd rather have like the OG version of the Jordan rather than like the off-white version and like et cetera. I'd rather just keep it like more a little simpler, but yeah. Photography, I feel like we all kind of been into photography. Me a little bit more, not digital, but I like shooting on film. I feel like just the way that like a grainy picture looks just gives it a little bit more of a
100%
like a natural feel, you know. So definitely that, but yeah,
you said Bape and Supreme. You really fuck with Bape or?
I feel like back in the day it was like when you see like you used to see like your favorite rappers. Like I remember seeing like Lil Wayne like all vaped out. Bro. That's when I first saw like Bape, and I was like, yo, like this is like one of the coolest things ever. And just seeing how he would rock it, and that's like how like, you know, like damn, like that's dope. But then, you know, like nowadays you just kind of see like anyone wearing Bape, and they kind of wear it like a little funny. So that's when I kind of like, you know, like.
I feel like the whole camouflage thing isn't really, at least it's not my thing. I feel like more subtle like Bape stuff might be okay with me, but I just don't like that like camo, like that shit popping out. You feel me?
To be honest,
it's just not my thing. With Supreme, I feel like you could definitely.
I feel
wear
like
different pieces.
I really like older Supreme pieces, and I also really like their accessories. I feel like their accessories are always dope. It's just kind of like random things that like, you know, they just make it like put Supreme on, but it's like actually like pretty dope. But definitely like
the Oreos.
The Oreos, bro, there's a bunch of just random shit like
that's funny.
Crowbars.
Did they do a show like I want to say like last year, a couple years ago? They did like a shovel or something.
A shovel. I think it's a show. Yeah, they did a shovel. It was kind of like foldable, like kind of like a portable shovel. But yeah, bro, a bunch of shit.
I feel like the good thing is that they're always surprising us, you know? It's like we never would have thought they would have made a collab with Oreo, you know? Like that was just kind of out of nowhere. It's like a lot of people gravitate towards stuff like that because it's just like, it's different, you know? It's like stuff that people haven't really seen. So
what's something that you haven't seen them do that you want to make them do? Or you want to see them make? I feel like it's just so much shit that they've made already.
I feel like they made a lot already. Like almost everything already low key. Nothing I can really think of. On the top of my head.
Shit, they've damn near made everything they can.
How much was that brick going for?
Like a bill?
Yo, I remember that, bro.
Like that was fun. I want to say like a bill. People were getting the bricks in, like the mail from Supreme, all fucked up. And
like some of them were like getting to them broken and stuff.
Bro. All like broken and shit. People were like complaining and
stuff.
The way
they handle them like in the mail and everything.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? At least put like a fragile sticker on it or something, you know?
Yeah, to be honest.
But they didn't do that, so they came in the mail fucked up.
I'd be pretty pissed fucking getting the rod or the fucking brake. It's all broken.
Okay. Is there like a certain shoe that got you into the shoes or?
Yeah, so there's actually a little story behind it. So I remember when I was in high school, I used to always go to St. Alfred a lot. You know, like St. Alfred t-shirts, they were like pretty good quality, like actually like really good quality, and they were like really good price. I think they used to be like anywhere from like $25 to $30.
Yeah.
Which at the time was like a really good price. It was affordable, you know. So I would always go there all the time, and I remember seeing like a pair of Stan Smith Raf Simons. Like at the time, like back in those days, like Playboy Cardi was wearing them a lot, like Ken Rebel was wearing them a lot, A$AP Rocky wore them. So they were popping, you know. And I remember looking at them and seeing the price. They were like $300, you know, and I literally never thought we'd get a pair. I was like, these are like hella expensive, you know, like I'll never get a pair of these. And then maybe like until I started working at Adidas, and then I remember they released them on the website, and I was able to get them. And I'm like, you know, I wear them here and there. I don't wear them too often, but just like it's just like more of like nostalgia purposes. Yeah, it's like, bro, I remember seeing these at a store and like thinking I would never be able to get these, and then now I have them. So it's dope. So I always keep them around, and I mean, I feel like, you know, the Stan Smith is a classic silhouette. I don't think I've ever gone out of style, and just so like seeing that collab come together, bro, it's definitely a good one for me. So
I feel like that nostalgia hits everybody.
It does, bro, and I feel like the dope thing is different for everybody. Yeah, you know, it's a different shoe for everybody. Yeah,
for
like
you,
for me, it could be like the Stan Smith Rap Simon, but like for you, it could be like something else, you know. And I feel like that's a dope part about what sneakers can do for you.
I think I did have mine. So yours was the Stan Smith Rap Simmons. Mine was the Air Force. So when I was a kid, there was a bunch of kids that would just have Air Forces, and I would be like, damn, like I'm trying to get something like that, you know? Right. So my mom would shop at this Goodwill that was like maybe like 2 blocks away from the crib. And she brought me home a pair of brown Dunks, and I still can't find them. Like I'm trying to buy them again, just so I could be like, just oh so shit, like nostalgic purposes again. Right. And I was like, damn, like I'm really trying to get like that. And I wore my Dunks to school, and everybody was like laughing and shit. They're like, oh, like those aren't fucking. Those ain't hot. Yeah, those ain't hot. Like those aren't Air Force Ones.
Bro, that's how I was in school, bro. If you wore like some goofy shit, you would get roasted.
You get bullied. Hell yeah, you get roasted. Crazy, bro. Especially when you were in elementary school, man, them people were ruthless. Them little kids.
At the lunch table, bro, there was like no holding back, bro. No teachers were there, bro. It was like motherfuckers had to hold back tears in that joint, bro.
No cap,
bro.
Yeah, that little kids. We were those little kids.
We were those.
We were kind of assholes, bro.
I don't know. I think we were assholes to each other. We weren't really like the type to be like bullying somebody. You feel me?
Yeah, it had to be someone that you fucked with or someone that you knew like pretty close to.
Let me not say assholes, but like we were definitely dumbasses, and we would definitely do a lot of.
If anything, we were bullies to the teachers because of how fucking bad we were.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So me and him went to the school, elementary school called Mark Twain. And there was this teacher, his name was Mr. Machez. Bro, like literally any little thing would like just piss him off. Bro. And then so one day, I think somebody made fun of him, like the way he was talking. Bro, he just started crying and shit. And everybody's like laughing. So, bro, I'm telling you, we were bullies.
Sixth graders.
Yeah, we were like sixth graders.
Making a grown man cry.
Yeah, he was like, he called the principal in and everything. And we're like, all right, bro, like it's not that serious. But yeah, just bullying them kids and shit. We were such bullies. But yeah, definitely the Air Force One. And then I actually got a pair maybe like 2 years ago. And in these 2 years, bro, I've maybe worn them once. And then I just like
a triple, like an all white pair.
Like just all white pair, because that's the one that I remember like those kids having. I'd be like, oh shit, like I gotta buy it. And I bought it, haven't worn it in like 2 years, and I literally have it sitting on the shelf, just to say that I have it now. You feel me? Like, I mean, they were like what, like $80. I was like, all right.
I feel like the Air Force would never go out of style. That's another shoe that never gonna leave.
It's pretty much like the Stan Smith that you're talking about.
It goes with anything, bro. You can wear it with shorts.
Yeah, they're so good basic shoes, like to just go with everything.
But do you think that they look better worn or new?
I'd say it might depend on the occasion. Definitely. I mean, and then also I feel like if you wear them out, you know, like naturally, like they'll look better over time too. Yeah, you know? Like they definitely don't look bad.
Like there's some shoes that look bad worn out. Those shoes worn out, they look pretty decent.
But do you agree that there's like a certain point that you wear them and you're like, okay, like I had to get a new pair. Like these bitches are beat.
Of course.
You feel me?
Yeah. There obviously gets a point where it's like it's worn and it's so good, but then it gets to a point where it's like it's worn and it's like, all right,
it's time to retire these.
Yeah, time to retire them. Throw them away, buy another pair. I know there's people that will buy like 5 pairs at a time, 10 pairs at a time, wear them once and throw them. Like, I'm not that person.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not that person.
I mean, it makes sense to have like, if you're gonna have like 2 pairs, like one for beaters and one that you're gonna try to take care of. That's like,
I can definitely see that.
That makes sense, you know.
It's like more a pair for like a special occasion, and one we're just like hanging out and stuff.
Like you want to keep cleaner and stuff.
Definitely.
Like, if you get dirty, you're like, oh, whatever. Like, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Is there a shoe that kind of got you into shoes?
Honestly,
or what was like your first hype shoe, or is there like is there like a nostalgia behind a pair of shoes?
Like, that's the thing. Like, I wasn't really into like shoes and all that growing up. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, you know, I was into Jordans and all that. Because I was like growing up, I was more into like skating and all that. So I would wear like a lot of like Vans, or like the time that DC was in and all that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
But I was more into like those like skate brands and everything. But I would say like around the time that Kanye dropped the Red Octobers, I thought those were pretty cool, and I was just like, oh, you know, I was like he kind of goes crazy with those.
That was crazy.
I mean, I didn't like try and like go and get a pair, you know, but like I like those to me were like the first shoes that like caught my eye and were like, oh, like those are pretty cool, you know.
Those things, it was like a surprise drop, right? If I remember right, it was like just some crazy. I think he like tweeted out.
No, because he had already left. Like it was his last shoe collab with Nike, and Nike didn't even like announce it. They just like put out a tweet
on the site. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Twitter, and then led to the link, and then people just bought the shoes. But yeah, once Kanye did like his Adidas collab, like the Yeezy and all that, and did the Pirate Blacks, like which my mom got me those, and the high top ones. The 700, the 750s,
the all black ones.
Yeah, the all black ones.
Super dope.
And when she got me those, that's when I got more like hooked on like wanting to get like shoes, and like I got more into like getting like Jordans and looking into all that like other. Like,
I feel like everybody had that like Yeezy phase too.
Yeah,
definitely, bro. That was definitely like an era.
Like definitely when he first started to, you know, like when he had like the Pirate Blacks, what are the other colorways?
The Oxford Tan.
Yeah, all those.
Turtle Doves.
Turtle Doves. All those.
Yeah. Like those are dope, you know. And then I mean like the ones that you got, the Belugas, the V2s, and then even the ones that I got afterwards. To me, like they were good, but then I felt like the color scheme kind of like
too repetitive.
Yeah, too repetitive. I don't know. It just didn't really like catch my attention like that. And even his newer like shoes and everything, like not something I would want to wear, you know, just in my opinion. But
I feel like like everybody went through that phase. I feel like I don't know, I kind of grew out of the whole Yeezy phase at this point. The only thing I still have in my collection would be like the Quantums, the first ones, and the Static 700 V2s. I mean, that one I remember copying it, and I'm bright. I just beat it. Yeah. But the Quantums I kind of want to keep for a while, so I'm kind of like wearing them here and there. Yeah. But I mean, I started working at Adidas in early 2016. And bro, like the Yeezy phase was just crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely with the whole like boost phase too and everything, you know. Like,
the Ultra Boost, the Pure, what was it, Pure Boost, Solar Boost, all those boost shoes.
When they did like a Pure Boost like Y3, and that was like going crazy. I still remember that.
Bro, but that Y3 line.
I feel like the thing with Boost that was like, I feel like there was then and now. It's like then there was like so much hype over it, like so many like crazy stories would be happening, and I feel like they kind of lost that within the years. And so recently, I feel like when they did the Quantum, they kind of like re-upped with that because like if you guys remember All-Star Weekend, it was like Kanye was like in the city. I remember he did like Sunday service, and then I remember I was working that day when they were out in Milwaukee and they were in the tanks, like giving away like the Quantums, and they were like driving around like different parts of the city. And I feel like it's more like that type of thing for like a shoe. It's like when you have like a little story behind it, like yo, like I was chasing like one of these trucks like all day for it, and I end up getting it. Like it just adds more value to a shoe, you know. Like just personally, like it doesn't even have to be like on the market like money wise. It just adds more to it, like for yourself.
Yeah, that experience of just like chasing that.
And I feel like they kind of lost that for like a couple of years, you know. They kind of, it was just like like we're releasing like a different colorway like every week
of the same shoe.
People just get bored of that, you know. Like it's oversaturated.
Yeah,
like,
super
you need
oversaturated.
something to happen, you know. So now that when they did that All-Star Weekend, that was definitely like a big move for them, bro. Like I felt like it kind of felt like back in the day, you know, like the hype was there again, you know. Like people were going wild over them, people were camping out hella for them, and you know,
it's crazy because it was cold that day, bro. Yeah, but definitely the Yeezy phase was something to remember, and it's still going on, but not as
still
crazy.
going on. But I mean, just doesn't catch my attention anymore, you know. Like, to whoever does wear it. Like, it is what it is, to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what you guys think about, like, your college experience and us being able to, like, be in school downtown?
So going to school in the city and downtown, it was pretty cool, honestly. Just taking the train in the morning. I think that's the part that I hated, waking up in the morning. Yeah. 8 a.m.s were not my thing, bro. Like, I would do like 10:50. So my class would start at 10:50. And that would be like my morning. Cause I literally couldn't do 8 a.m.s. Could you do 8 a.m.s? I feel like you had a bunch, right?
I had a bunch of 8 a.m.s. I feel like every semester I did 8 a.m.s. I just, for me in general, I just felt like I wanted to get it over with like as quick as possible. So the earlier the class, the earlier I get out, the more I have to do with the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But definitely as far as going to school downtown, I would say there was good and bad things about it. I feel like definitely one of the bad things is there's so much stuff to do around being in downtown that like,
you wouldn't want to miss class or something.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to miss class. It's like if a homie told you like, let's go out to eat, let's go get some food, like, you can't be like, damn.
I think that was our problem.
And that definitely was our problem.
Yeah, we would be like,
that
yo.
was definitely a problem, yeah. Like, honestly, one thing that I feel like screwed me over was like how you said 8 a.m. classes. Like, I would wait last minute to choose all my classes. So I would be stuck with those.
So you couldn't do 8 a.m.
It's not like I didn't want to, but I didn't have a choice either because like I needed like classes to get done and everything.
Yeah,
so I was like, well, fuck it, I gotta do this 8 a.m. But like, man, bro, those classes were rough to like just wake up and then get on a train.
Because then again, if you had 8 a.m.s going downtown, you had to wake up at like 6:30.
Bro, at least an hour to hour and a half earlier, just to be able to catch the train.
Well, for sure.
And especially, bro, like in the morning, the train.
All the delays and shit, bro.
All the delays, bro.
Delays, packed as fuck.
Well, you took the Orange Line to...
I took the Orange Line, yeah. I wanted to take a bus or an Uber.
You would get it, what, on the
Pulaski?
Pulaski?
On Pulaski, yeah.
What about you? Where did you get on? Pulaski?
Well, it depended. Sometimes, like, I would go to Pulaski, but since the train's right in front of my crib, if like the train was passing or something, I would just go to Midway. Yeah.
Right.
But like I felt like in the mornings, like it's just packed, like train station and everything, because everyone's going to work.
Yeah.
Like you got people going downtown and all that. Like it's pretty hectic to be honest. But it was an experience though, honestly, being downtown. You know, like it's pretty cool. Like as opposed to like all the other city colleges, like there are more like neighborhood areas and everything. Like we're downtown, like a couple minutes away from Grand Park and all that. Like definitely a lot of distractions, like you said, Edwin.
Yeah, and I feel at least for me and Oscar, it was definitely close to work, so it kind of worked out. A lot of times I would have school. Actually, majority of the times I would have school and then work. Just being able to be so close to work, it was like 20 minutes walking and maybe like 10 minutes on the train. So it was really convenient, like being downtown.
That's why I kind of liked having like my 10:50 class ends at like 12:30, and then my next class starts at like 12:40, 12:45, and then I get out of class like around 2. I take the train from 2 to 3, and my shift starts at 3. But it was definitely like super convenient going to school downtown.
And then
for us, because Adidas was maybe it was like a 20-minute walk if you wanted to walk. It was like a 5-minute train ride.
True.
It's literally just like down Michigan, so it was pretty cool.
Because what is it? Right in front of Herald is State and Lake, right?
Yeah, State and Lake. But you had we would come out off the Orange Line. And to go to work, we would have to go underground to the Red Line. So the Red Line stayed in Lake, and then get out.
They have Red Line.
Yeah, it's right next to the Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, right next to the Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, you're right. Where you go down.
Yeah, you go down.
Yeah, you're right.
And then we would just get off on Chicago for the Red Line.
Okay, yeah.
But it wasn't too crazy. I mean, talking about the Red Line, like that, it's a crazy ass
place,
knows
right? Everyone knows about the Red Line, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone has at least one story about the Red Line. Yeah. I feel like, bro.
I mean, but honestly, it's like, if you're not standing out or anything, you should be good, But like,
definitely. But you're always gonna be a bystander.
Yeah, without a doubt, to be honest.
I feel like for us especially, we would get out of work at like maybe 11:30, and
sometimes midnight.
Yeah, like sometimes midnight, and that's a time of the Red Line where it gets like crazy and shit, like a bunch of crazy stuff. But I mean, honestly, for me, as long as you mind your business, bro, like you're good on there. Like you don't really have to worry. I mean, you still have to. You have to be like
aware.
You have to be aware, but you gotta like act like you're chilling. You know, like you're not trying to like start shit or. I mean, the thing that would blow me about the red line, well, not necessarily the red line, but the people on the red line would be like, people that were coming from like a Cubs game or something, or like going to a Cubs game, they'd get on the train, they'd be like, oh, like it smells like shit on here. It's like, bro, like why you gotta do all that? Like, you're coming to the red line, you feel me?
Yeah.
So you're kind of like expecting it.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, those are like the people that don't even use the train. Like,
they would take the train like once a fucking 6 months or something.
Yeah, like it's just
like those
for
Cubs
the baseball
games
game because like they don't want to fucking drive there. There's no parking, especially with like Wrigleyville. Like, do they even have like parking spots for the cars for like the Cubs stadium? You know, so like I'm sure a lot of people just like take the train there.
It would get crazy though. I mean, we had homies that had to take the red line like deep, like to 47th and shit. And that's like where it gets a little bit more like, oh, you got to be aware, you feel me?
Yeah.
But like the people, like our managers, bro, they would just drag because I'm telling you, like it was downtown and they had their like little apartments and shit downtown. So they didn't have to worry about like dipping downtown, you feel me?
Yeah.
So like they would be like, oh, like who gives a fuck if we get out late? Like I live around here. It's like, yeah, you do, but all your fucking workers live on the south side, like deep fucking down south side. So I was like, oh, sometimes we would just like let them know, you know, like, yo, like what the fuck, like let's get this shit rolling because we're trying to get the fuck out of here.
But I feel like also it's like we kind of got used to it as well, you know?
Yeah,
it's
100%.
Like being on the red line almost every night. It's like you see something and like someone else that's on the train will be like, damn, that shit was crazy. But the whole time you're just like, that wasn't that crazy. Like
see the
2
shit
days ago, I seen like some crazier shit like that. Yeah. That wasn't crazy.
Well, I mean, what is the craziest thing you guys have seen on the red light happen? Because I mean, honestly, I can't really say I've seen like a lot, like maybe like a fight or something, but like
definitely
a lot of fights. But like the weirdest thing I seen in the red line was this guy. He had like his face painted, and he was wearing like a suit. And then he was going up to people and he was just like singing to their face like really, really loud, like an aggressive type of singing. And he was just doing that to like everyone on the train, bro.
You do that to the wrong person.
It was weird, bro. Like 100%, bro. You do that to the wrong person. Like that's how stuff starts happening.
Yeah.
Also, I was just thinking like, why would someone do that? Like that's random as fuck.
Yeah. I feel like for me, I mean, I've seen a bunch of just crazy ass people. Definitely when I was with like 2 homies and like we almost got robbed and shit, but it was like a stop, so it was pretty short. But the train stopped and then like 2 cops came in, like just when we were about to get jumped and shit. So they kind of just like dipped out. But I mean, it's just like a bunch of crazy shit that isn't really crazy anymore. Like people like fucking slanging on the trains and shit. Like that's kind of normal, you know.
Yeah, bro. Not even just weed, bro.
Like everything, bro. Fucking
headphones.
My boy with the little squares and shit, bro.
You can really go to the red line and find anything, bro.
Motherfuckers just open up their jacket, a bunch of shit on them.
Real talk, though.
But I mean, like I said, as long as you're minding your business, you be like, hey, like not today, bro. Like thanks though. Move it on, you know. Like next person and shit. But I would. The thing with me and him too is that we would definitely just like dip and be like, oh, like let's go to Wildberry. Like, all right, bet. Like, fuck this class. Like, I'm gonna just dip. Bro. Yeah, but other places too, like around there. The thing is that there was just so many places that you can go.
It's just a lot of distractions.
A lot of distractions.
You got so much to do. You can go to different restaurants, try all this different food, like just chill. Like especially when it's nice out, like. Come on, bro. Just go walk.
Yeah, there was a minute where we would go to like rooftops and shit.
Well, yeah, that's when you a lot more of like the photography.
Yeah, so we would go to it was on Randolph and Wabash, I think. It's like this maybe like 11 story. Yeah, it was like 11 stories for the parking garage, and we just chill on the top and just take pictures and stuff. And one night, one of my homies had like a bottle, and he pretty much tried to throw it to across the street because there was another parking garage that was maybe like 2 stories. So he was pretty much just like trying to throw that shit, and he threw it like super short, and it ended up hitting the train station like under us. Like the bottle just hit the top of it, and it just fucking just splattered everywhere.
It was a glass bottle?
No, it wasn't glass. It was like this plastic Pepsi bottle, but
like it was like full.
Yeah, it was like half full. But the thing is that since we were so high and it just like fucking landed, it just fucking splat everywhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and we were just like laughing and shit. I think after that was when we kind of stopped going so often because we would be there like damn near every day. Yeah, damn near every day. And what was another spot that we would go to?
We went to Wildberry a lot, like you said. Just little stuff around, Chick-fil-A, Panda Express, Chipotle, just like little spots around like the school, like walking distance. They're pretty dope to check out.
I'm not going front like almost every single day that maybe I had homework and shit. My go-to place back then, like before the craze, was Nini's.
Nini's.
Yeah, that was like the spot to go to do your homework, to just like we would just be like, yo, let's go to Nini's and shit. Like it wasn't too far. It was maybe like a 20-minute kind of like commute. But back then we were just, just trying to do homework. We would go over there, eat every day and shit. But man, now that Nini's place, man, some crazy shit, bro.
That is pretty crazy.
But like I said, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was always there. I was always there because he used to like put us on and shit. We would put him on because how I said we used to work at Adidas. He would hit us up like, yo, like my wife's birthday is next weekend. Like, can you help me like get a pair of shoes? And we would get half off. So I'd be like, yeah, bro, like no worries. And then like he would take care of us. Like the next day he saw us, or like whenever we would go turn in like the shoes and shit. Like, yo, like your shoes are here. He like put us on with like free shit, and we would always go like deep, bro. We would go.
Yeah, bro, we're bringing him a lot of customers.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember you were the one that told me about it. I want to say I went with you like twice only.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I remember you were there like
all the time. Yeah, we would go into like 5 people, 6 people deep, and it was cool and all. Like he would take care of us. He'd be like, and it was always people from Adidas, so he would get plugged from like everybody. Calls. And he would give us like free drinks and shit, like yo, like all the Adidas homies, like I got y'all drinks, but we would like never ask for it.
That was the thing.
That's the thing that kind of blew me about like when everything started like happening with the whole Nini's thing, is that he called one of our homies out like specifically, and he would be like, oh, he said like, oh, like how y'all gonna pretty much kind of like turn on him when he would give us free shit.
And then no, he actually even said things out like, and all the Adidas guys as well. So
all the Adidas guys. So he like called us out,
right.
And it was kind of like, all right, like that's kind of like bullshit because it's not like we were like, yo, I plugged you last time, so you got me, right? It was never like that. It was like, I'm gonna plug you. I don't give a fuck. Don't give me anything in return.
Was always to go in there and pay for.
Yeah, like we would always go in there ready to pay our fucking like $25
bucks
a
person. You guys were ever like going like, oh, like we know we're gonna get a discount. Like
yeah, no, we were there on a daily, and sometimes we wouldn't even like order shit. We'd be like just there just to strictly do homework because it was like it was our environment back then. Like it was like our shit to be there,
Yeah.
But I mean, now with all that shit that happened, man.
Yeah, honestly, to me, what's crazy about that whole situation is like the fact that he built up that restaurant, got it on like the
like number one on Yelp.
That like where you come to Chicago and they recommend you to go there. And like my parents owning the restaurant and everything, like my mom told me, like you don't just get on there, like you gotta have connections.
Yeah.
And this man built connections with like companies that people would kill to work with, like like
Adidas,
him working with like Adidas,
Nike.
He had the fucking
Fire.
collab with Fire, like bro, like that's some like high level shit.
Yeah.
And for him to like throw it all away with the span of a day and a half, like crazy.
Bro, it was like not even 48 hours, and it just fucking everything just switched. And it was funny because when we were there, everybody was talking like, oh, like why hasn't he like said anything and shit? And then like maybe a couple hours later, he posted some shit, and we're all like, all right, like that's cap, like we know that you're posting that shit just because we started getting on your ass.
Right.
But
I feel like the thing with those situations, like everything that like that saying, like everything that's done in darkness comes to light.
Yeah.
I feel like it was like
it was
without a doubt, sooner or later, like his views or whatever, however he thought, like it was gonna come out eventually, and I'm happy that it did because it definitely he wasn't the person that he said he was. He was hiding everything.
Like to be all friendly.
I think that's the part that really blew me and kind of like hit me because we were, like I said, we were in that bitch every day.
Yeah, and like he would like shake up with you guys.
Yeah, we would bring in all the homies and shit. Our families even sometimes, bro. That's kind of the part where I was like, all right, like you kind of crossed the line on that shit, because he was kind of just like benefiting off of everybody while thinking like, oh, like
you guys.
I'm pretty sure there was a really big like gay crowd and all that. So it was like, oh, and he was to welcome them in just to take their money. You feel me?
Yeah.
It wasn't really like, oh, like
what he really thought about.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, like you're my homie and shit. Like, what's up? It was kind of like, oh, like
he just had that front.
Yeah, he had that front. It was like, oh,
I'm gonna be cool to you.
Yeah, he would be super cool.
Which is fucked up because he did a really good job at front.
Yeah, dude, bro, like super fucking
ever see
good.
That shit, bro.
Yeah, and then, bro, like the amount of gay people that would go in there, like just black dollars, bro. Like that's kind of like what everybody was talking about. Like so many black dollars were spent there that it was kind of just like mind blowing how he didn't say a damn thing, you know, when that whole thing was going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the way that he just like fronted everything and kind of just like hid in the back of his mind while he was talking to you, he was like, oh, like you're going to fucking hell, like you're evil as fuck. Like you're a sinner, you're going to hell. So it's kind of like if we would have known that side of him, like none of the shit that he had would have happened. Like that collab with Nike, that collab with Adidas,
basically everything.
His partnerships with the Chicago Fire,
all that, like his restaurant, like
his
clothing line that he has.
Especially not in Chicago. Like it's not a city where you can get away with that without the people getting involved.
Exactly.
Because like Chicago is really
the people
fucking
that
big.
made it happen, you know.
Yeah.
It was like the people like that were voicing out their opinions, like, you know.
I mean, like they were showing support, like they were showing love, bro. Like, you know, like it's like you would go, you would like show people like, oh, bro, like come to this spot, like it's really good, like you're like I know the guy
on my story and shit.
Like, you were like if anything, like you were constantly promoting it, and like if you're doing it, like I'm sure other people were doing it, like I'm sure you were doing it, and like other people that he was cool with, like we're always constantly promoting it. And
his marketing was like really fucking good.
And like he got it up there, you know, like so for him to just throw it all away, like it's crazy.
Because the cool thing was, or like I guess you can say cool. The cool thing was going to the spot, taking a picture of your food, tagging them, and him reposting it on his story. So that's what everybody wanted, you know. Like when they walked in there, they were like, "All right, like I really want the food and shit, but I really want people to see me on his repost my story on his shit." Bunch of crazy shit, man.
I feel like the same way, like we all supported him to get him to like #1 in Yelp. It's like, you know, it's like the equal on the other end. Like we did what we had to do to not support him, and you know, like literally cancel him, and you know everything happened. Like he lost all his contracts with Nike, all that.
That's the thing that was making me laugh too, because I don't know if you remember on that live, that girl was like, "Oh, like you guys don't pay his bills, like Jesus pays his bills or God pays his bills." I was like, all right, like let's see what happens in the next week.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, I mean, like
it was super insane.
Are they still open? Like
I'm not sure.
Like because I know they painted the spot black, if I believe. If I've seen right.
They painted that wall.
So like, I don't know. To me, it just seems like there is no coming back from that. Like I don't see how you come back from that, even if you do. I guess like
maybe just move cities.
Not even because
I don't think so, bro. I think the thing about pretty well
the thing about that is like he built a name for himself and an image, so people know who he is. Especially with not like today's day and age with like social media, like once you put your image out there and you become someone, like even if he were to move, like the companies will know him. Yeah. So it's like it'd be a little harder. So like I don't know. Like honestly, like. I really don't see no way coming back from that. Like it's like that. Like he really just ended it like that.
not even 2 days, bro. It was just like a matter of hours. That we saw all that shit just fucking tumble. Tumble.
Crazy.
But it's cool because after that, like there was so many other spots that kind of was kind of like the same concept and it got a lot more exposure because after
I feel
all,
like that's dope, bro. There were places that actually really deserved it, you know, like they're really genuine people, like and they made really good food, you know. It was just because they weren't as well known, like maybe he was. I feel like, you know.
But there's definitely been better. Like we've been to places up north. BS up north. That place smacks, bro.
That was really good.
And it takes a lot for me to like just drive up there and get some food. Like, bro, I live on the south side. It's maybe like a 40-minute drive. So like for me to get it, it's like really fucking
every now and then though.
Yeah, every now and then, and even like we have homies up there, so like we'll grab some food and we'll just go to their cribs and just grab.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
Yeah. So let's not talk about him anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do you guys think are some go-to spots that only people from Chicago know of? Like, you know, like, cause you know, tourists come here and they're always asking like, you know, what's like go-to? Like, what do you think are like some spots that like, you know, if you really fuck with the city, like you're like, yeah, I know that spot.
Fuck. Look, I low key want to say Rico Benny's, but then
Yeah.
I want to say Rico Benny's is also one of those spots that like is recommended to like
tourists.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
But I definitely feel like
That's not always
it's
bad because I feel Rico Bend is pretty good.
Yeah, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, are you saying like like only a Chicago person?
It could be low key or like a spot that everyone knows. Just like I mean, if you're like from the city, you're gonna like know that spot. You know,
you're like Mario's, like when it's open.
Yeah,
like people from Chicago
I would definitely say Rico Benny's.
Yeah.
Rico Benny's fire, bro.
I don't know if you guys have ever been to. I'm pretty sure White Palace.
Yeah.
24 hours, bro. If you ever drunk
Yes.
downtown, you know, around that area, bro, it's a really good spot to go to. It's smacks, bro.
Drunk gyms.
Gyms.
Just going to gyms, bro. Gyms is a spot when you're fucked up.
Fuck, I want to say Hugfin, to be honest. Hugfin is pretty
Hugfin is really. I don't know if it's north side too. I feel like that's a south side thing.
It is a south side.
You think it's a south? I think it's a south side.
I think they only have one on
like
Pulaski and then the one on Archer and Damon.
Yeah.
I want to say those are the only two I know about, but honestly, like
that's a spot.
Open 24 hours,
like
bro.
late
The food
night,
is pretty good. Like honestly, I like the food and it's cheap.
Maybe it's good because I'd be going there like 3 a.m. when I'm fucked up. Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely one of those like late night spots.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple more spots, like even not like food, but just spots that you kind of go to. Like I know. So Navy Pier is like a really good tourist spot, right? Like tourist. Right. But there's so many spots around it that kind of like, you know how it goes into the lake and shit. So there's a bunch of other places that like go into the lake, but are just like a one person kind of like lane. And you can like go far into the lake. And I feel like only if you're really from Chicago, you know how to get in there.
Or not only that, I would say like angles on the city. Like I feel like the most common angle that like if you are like a tourist and you come to the city and you're like, oh, like let's go to the right there by the planetarium or the Shed Aquarium actually, and you're like, you know, let's take that picture. But like over there by I want to say what is it
like on recreation
drive around there, but I think it's Fullerton. You get off on Fullerton and there's like a little dock area and it's like a back view of like.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's just, and I think it's things like that, you know, like it's finding those like different angles of the city, you know, that you like learn to appreciate and everything.
Everybody knows about that Hebrew Brantley on, I believe it's on Roosevelt. That Hebrew Brantley that's on the wall. I think everyone knows about that.
There's a lot of spots. I feel like good food spots are like, there's a lot in the West Loop, like Parlor, Pizza, like a bunch of really good places to eat, because I feel like everybody is like, oh, like deep dish pizza, but I think it's trash.
Honestly, deep dish pizza is pretty good. Like
I don't like it.
It's not right, bro. But if you're from here, you don't eat. Like people think that people from Chicago eat that shit like every week.
But like honestly, like it's because like I think about my perspective of like all the places I've traveled and like the pizza I've eaten, and it's like some places like it's trash, bro. Like it's like really fucking bad.
I feel like the ones around our crib are pretty good.
Yeah, no, well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying like when you leave like Chicago.
Definitely.
Like Chicago pizza, like deep dish pizza, like all that shit, like it never disappoints, bro. And like I feel like other places I go to is pretty.
I feel like it's because I worked at Giordano's for like a whole year, so I kind of got tired of it. I'm like,
that's understandable.
Like deep dish pizza, it's not my thing. I prefer like that square cut, like pizza, you know, like the hood pizza.
I really prefer thin, like a crunchy thin pizza. Like Homer's. Like honestly, Homer's is decent, but
I like Homer's, okay.
But like I really like their like crust. Like I think it's always
it's frozen, right? I'm pretty sure it's frozen. Like I have homies that used to work there, and they said it's frozen.
I mean,
but I'm not gonna lie to you.
I buy them frozen, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you though. It's decent. I really fuck with the crust, like the outer part and shit. That shit hits. The buffalo chicken one hits.
Not to sound corny, but New York has really good pizza as well, bro.
New York has amazing
pizza. New York smacks. That's a fact.
Yes, sir, man.
Okay,
like
well,
you just go to.
and it's
I'm gonna
like
have to go
it's
with you
dumb
guys.
cheap.
You guys have to show me.
Like you're into streetwear and shit, so I mean, we've been to round 2 over there in New York, and there's this pizza spot like maybe two doors down. Man, that shit smacks.
I mean,
And it's like real, bro. Dollar slice.
Dollar slices.
Because I mean, I was in New York last year in the summer or around. I forgot when I went, but I went to like take my sister because she was going on a trip. That's where like the whole like program was meeting and everything.
Right.
So I stayed a couple of days by myself. Like I went to a couple of pizza spots, but like I didn't find anything like too much, you know.
Go to Prince Street next time you go. Prince Street Pizza smacks. You could luckily order it too, but it's like tax. It's tax.
I don't think it's worth it that much.
No.
Just go when you.
Just go when you go over there.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay for what you're gonna pay for shipping for that pizza. You're gonna buy a fucking plane ticket to New York.
It's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely look into it.
Experience is better when you go.
Yeah, 100%. You gotta stand in that long ass line.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I would say, you know, this overall has been a pretty good conversation. I think this is a good place to, end it off and everything, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, you know, I hope you guys enjoy, you know, we'll be back. Definitely try to put out as much podcast episodes as we can and record as often as we can and, you know, try to improve as, you know, we put out every episode.
And improving like with feedback and all that from you guys.
Definitely let us know what you think, what you think we could do better and everything.
Let us know what you want to see next and all that.
Yeah, definitely if you guys ever want to like see someone on that we can like interview or, you know, just come on and like chop it up with, you know, leave a recommendation down like on our Twitter or something that we'll be making soon and everything. Definitely give our Instagram a follow at the Three-Peat podcast.
Follow us on the gram, bro. We definitely just got that up and running. So
yeah, we just got that up right now.
We're gonna be posting there first before we post like on our YouTube or anything.
Yeah,
else.
we'll
So
definitely be
follow us
posting
there.
like clips and everything on there, and you know maybe behind the scenes and stuff so you guys can see. But yeah, definitely link will be in the bio for Instagram and give us a follow. You know, definitely would appreciate it.
It's a fact. And also one last shout out to Robbie once again, bro, for letting us use the spot and the equipment, bro. Real one. Definitely come check out his spot. I don't think you guys would be disappointed. He has a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, definitely come check it out.
Super
But yeah,
cool stuff.
all right, guys, peace out.
All right, man. Peace.